So everyone thinks long distance endurance travel sports are all about putting in the big miles, training, eating right, but really the full experience of long distance self-supported trips is putting on a cold, damp wetsuit in a public bathroom at 8 in the morning and still going out there putting in the miles. See you later.
Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get day 2 of our Fort to Port adventure off to a good start. And the only way you can do that on a trip like this is with food. Nothing sets off a morning like hot coffee and a bunch of carbs and protein to fuel up for the miles ahead. Let's get packed up and see how everyone's feeling this morning.
After 38 miles, how are you feeling today, Bill?
Wonderful. Let's do 40 more.
Yeah, baby. How do you feel? All right, 38 miles. How do you feel, Amanda?
Well, so I'm ready to do this.
Let's go.
After wrapping up all the morning chores, we launched our kayaks and did the only thing we could. Paddled. Not gonna lie, the old back and shoulders were a little stiff to start off, but as we made our way down the river, the muscles got warmed up and we were right back into the flow of things. It also helped that the water was working with us for the majority of the day. Now, I'm sure when most of you think about Antwerp, Ohio, you are not thinking some of the most beautiful scenery that you're gonna see along the Maumee River. And guess what, everyone? You are wrong. The stretch between Antwerp and Defiance is actually very windy, and there is not much in between. Lots of trees, lots of water, lots of squirrels, and the occasional farmland, but other than that, it was pretty dang quiet. And for a bunch of nature dorks, that's the way we like it.
Water's moving pretty good today. I think we're making pretty good time. We got about 40 miles to get to Independence Dam, a long portage, and then a long night of sleep. Yeah.
Nothing really beats knowing that your only objective for the entirety of the next 24 hours is to paddle downstream in your kayak, to soak up the rays of the sun, and to gorge yourself on snacks to get the calories that you need to paddle for 12 hours straight. But no matter what you try and do, the number of miles that you have left to paddle is always dwelling in the back of your mind, no matter how hard you try to distract yourself.
That makes 20 miles today so far. Let's see. 4 hours, 15 minutes, and 20 miles later, we're halfway to Independence Dam. It's gonna be a long day.
This guy thinks he's cool, but he's not. He's pretty cool. Now, as with any trip, the best way to pass the time is to keep your eyes set on the next goal. If all you're doing is continuously focusing on the finish line, it makes the trip feel like an eternity. But if you break down your trip into smaller and more manageable chunks, it gives you a series of checkpoints to look forward to along the way.
All right, so we just broke mile 69, the official halfway point of our journey along the banks of the Maumee River. How's everybody feeling? That was wimpy. Not that great. Apparently, we're halfway. Pretty stoked. What? 69 more miles to go. 2 more days. Keep paddling.
Just because we hit the halfway point doesn't mean that we were done for the day. We still had a few miles and a looming obstacle in our way. As we rounded the bend into Defiance, the wind began to pick up and we started moving at a snail's pace towards Independence Dam. it's time to get real with y'all. As we'd almost done 80 miles in 2 days, everyone started getting a little cranky, and there was a lot of tension within our group. As anyone who's ever done any sort of endurance trip before knows, it really starts to wear at you mentally. And at this point in the trip, we knew we had a huge portage coming up. We were all extremely tired and ready to go to bed, and knowing that those extra miles were ahead of us with the wind blowing in our faces after we were already exhausted really took their toll. But as the cliche goes, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And at this point, our only option was to keep paddling, keep pressing on, and to get ready for the most difficult portage of our trip.
We get to carry our boats around the dam and put back in and paddle another 2 miles.
Is that really 2 miles all the way down to those campsites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you can hang out with us.
I mean, it might be 1.5.
All right, so we just kayaked from Antwerp about 37 miles to this point, and now there is a giant dam, Independence Dam right there. We have to carry all 4 of our boats across the dam on land, get back in the water, paddle another 2 miles to our campsite. And that'll make for a solid 12-hour day. Stoked.
Now, I can't make this stuff up. It was like straight out of a fairy tale. Just when we needed help the most, people showed up in droves to give us a hand. Not only did Jeff and the rest of the people out film and help carry the boats, but Amanda's husband, Alan, also showed up just in the nick of time to say hi, and we roped him in as well. Seriously, thanks guys, because we were probably about ready to kill each other.
Anything inspirational? Can't wait for sleep. It's in your future. We're getting there.
All right, so landing and lugging a 70-pound boat up onto the shore, carrying it probably 1/4 mile across Independence Dam when you've already paddled for over 11 hours is probably not anybody's idea of a good time. But these are the moments in any adventure that you will always remember. Nobody ever looks back and reflects on the easy stuff. It's the challenges that make the trip better each and every time. Overall, days 1 and 2 were full of adventure, excitement, and a ton of paddling along some of the most beautiful and breathtaking sections of the Maumee River. But wait, there's more where that came from. Join us on the next episode for days 3 and 4 of our Fort to Port adventure. Take It Outside is brought to you by Wood County Park District. Choose your own adventure.